Welcome to Gerald Khalil's Conversation Piece. I share my thoughts on social content in sports, politics, and entertainment. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So, yesterday I did a video on Shannon Sharpe where he was accused of sexual assault. The accuser is asking for $50 million in a lawsuit. And I guess late yesterday, there was a new development where Shannon Sharpe and his attorney, they responded. And they responded by releasing statements and all of the text messages between the two. Also, they released her name. The woman's name, who's accusing Sharpe of sexual assault, her name is Gabrielle Zuninga. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. And it's out there. You could go and look at the statement from Shannon Sharpe's attorney. The name is Lanny J. Davis. That's his attorney. And there is some stuff in that in this these text messages back and forth. I'm not going to go through the text messages. I'll let you go ahead and take a look at those text messages. But you can see here, I'm going to show you some of these messages here. You can read them for yourself. The back and forth between her and Sharpe. And these messages, what they're pointing at is that she was pretty much the aggressor in this relationship, and that it was just one of those type of relationships, right? She was a 304, and Shannon Sharpe was. They were just having fun with each other. And that's mainly what this was all about. So this is coming from Shannon Sharpe, his story, right? And again, like I had said in my last video, if Sharpe is wrong in this, if he did commit the acts that Miss Zuninga is saying, he deserves to get all that he's going to get, if he's guilty of this. But like I said yesterday, it's that this is not a criminal trial. This will go through civil court. And that just tells me that this is all about money. And you read these text messages, right? It just tells you, like, okay, well, if Sharpe actually did these egregious things to her that she alleges in her lawsuit, then he needs to go to jail. But no, you're going through civil court, so it just leads me and a bunch of other folks to believe that this is a money grab. Now, I wanted, like I said yesterday, Gabrielle, she claimed, her lawsuit claimed that the pair faced problems when Sharpe was heard having sex on Instagram Live on September 2024. And then in a series of texts in December, she demanded a formal apology. And apparently she continued to ask Sharpe for apologies, and then he wrote back to her that he's already apologized, and he said, stop playing childish games. And she didn't like this, and she wants $50 million. Now, what also must be kept into what we also must think about is that Sharpe was about to sign, and I don't know if he signed it already, but his podcast, $100 million deal, right, for his podcast. And this lawsuit comes out, 1 or 2 days right after that announcement. And she's being represented by Tony Busby. Okay, you remember him, right? He's the guy who represented 20 plus women in a lawsuit against Deshaun Watson. And also, he went after Jay-Z. Okay, and this was all in the whole P. Diddy trial, right? And so he's pretty much successful going after Deshaun Watson, because it just seemed like more women popped up, more and more and more. You know, you thought everything was over, and then another one would pop up, and so, you know, and even with that whole situation, it was pretty shaky. Everything was through civil court. They didn't prove anything through criminal court. All right, but I'll digress with that. You see, the whole Jay-Z thing didn't work out. He didn't take that crap, right? So, and, you know, if Watson would have probably pushed back more, and his lawyers, he wouldn't be in the situation he's in today. But that's what happened. But anyway, this Tony Busby dude, he seems to be one who likes to go after rich or wealthy athletes or entertainers. Unfortunately, a lot of those rich and wealthy entertainers or athletes happen to be black men, and it's like he's like a vulture just waiting there, and you know, it's pretty sad. But with that said, with people like Tony Busby around, and these women like Gabrielle, and once again, I'm going to state this for Gabrielle: if she's, you know, if Shannon did what she's claiming, then Shannon should be held accountable. But as you know, it just seems like it's not. You know, this once again seems like a money grab. People like Shannon Sharpe, bro, and I know you're not looking at this video, but I'm sure you're hearing it from somebody. You need to be more responsible. Man, you are 56 years old, and at the time, it stated that you met this woman in a gym in Los Angeles, and she was 20 years old. Bro, that should be, she's like a daughter to you, right? And you are a multi-million-dollar corporation within yourself, right? You have to show responsibility. Corporations show responsibility, because if they are not responsible, they can run into situations like what you're running into right now. And on top of that, you are not only a multi-million-dollar corporation within yourself, you are a black-owned multi-million-dollar corporation. You should know better, right? These things seem to happen a lot. And, yo, man, I mean, a lot of these athletes just need to show better responsibility, accountability, and just, man, use your brain. Quit doing the dumb shit. You just got to stop that. And because if you don't, you're just going to end up just like this here. Now, unfortunately, yeah, this woman may be lying all the way through, but she'll probably get some money out of it. And this is money that you ain't have to pull out of your pocket. They probably settled on something. To leave, he's like, okay, if I give you this, leave me alone. Let's let this go away. And I don't know, maybe Shannon Sharpe's like, no, I'm going to fight this tooth and nail. She's not going to get a dime. But we'll see. We'll see. But you and these other athletes out there, entertainers, can't put yourself in this situation. You can't do it. You cannot do it at all. That's my word for today. Please leave a comment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.